I'm pleased to say I do have a bit of an update on Nero. Sam called me this morning. He's spoken to the vets over at Rainbow just to see whether there was anything else that we could try to help him with his hock. Now, right from the start when he had the surgery, they were very keen for him to keep moving after his initial rest and to do that at his own pace, so in a small turnout to start with and then moving on into the field, which, you know, we've done that, we've managed him in that way, but unfortunately it's still not a huge amount better than it was this time last year. In himself, he's much happier and he's much brighter, but you can still see there's an awful lot of stiffness in that hock. So what they've suggested now is to put him on a more controlled exercise regime. And to do that, we're going to keep him up at the barn. And today I started with putting him on the horse walker. So he has been on it before, you may remember, when he was going through his initial rehab. But of course he's not been on it for a while, so it was a whole new experience for him again. And it was quite windy today, and quite fresh, and he's quite fresh in himself just because he's only been in the stable and out in the turnout. But I did video him going on the walker with Annie, who was feeling equally fresh and feisty today, but I'm pleased to say that he did settle down in time. So what we're going to do is start putting him on the walker probably once or maybe twice a day to start with, and then start doing some more controlled groundwork. I will probably leave it until March before I start taking him across to Mel again for regular sessions, and I'll be doing some sessions with him at home because they're suggesting that if he works in a more controlled way, that might help the fusion take place a little bit quicker than it has with him just moving sporadically and sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly. So there's not a lot we can do about him running around in the turnout and being silly. But, you know, hopefully this is a good thing, you know, not just for his hock, but for him mentally as well. And you can see even this evening, usually he would be pestering me an awful lot, but because he's had that additional mental stimulation of going onto the walker and doing something different, he's a much more settled horse this evening. He's hiding from the camera now. That's not like you, Nero. So as I say, I've recorded him on the walker, so enjoy this little bit of a clip of him, and obviously I'll be filming as much of him as I possibly can over the coming weeks and keep you updated. Annie's doing a different kind of babysitting now. And again, she's not terribly impressed about it because it's her second time on the walker today and it's quite windy, but she's actually babysitting Nero on here again. Annie can be quite animated when she wants to be. She's had a nice time in Bessie's barn under the solarium. Ideally, she needs to walk quietly around here, which they will do in a minute. It's just going to take them a little bit of time to settle. It's all very exciting at the moment. I've put a gap between them just in case Annie kicks out. and knocks the partition into him. That's better, that's a bit more relaxed now. See, Annie does have it in her. It's all or nothing. That's better, Nero. So he's just finished his first session back on the walker. He's not as relaxed as I'd like him to be, but I'm just making sure that he doesn't try and rush out the gateway, because this is all a part of him learning patience when he's got reason to be a little bit on edge and a little bit out of his comfort zone. So I'm just going to wait until he stops pawing the ground and that I get signs of that relaxation through his face, through his eyes, and through his mouth. Good boy. That's it, we've got a little bit of licking and chewing now. So he's still a bit distracted, but he's less likely to plough over the top of me now. That's better. Much softer in the eyes. And now we can walk out nicely. Yeah? Nice and slowly. Good boy. Good. Good lad. That's good. Day 2 on the walker. He's a little bit more sedate this morning because he had only just got out of bed. But he's got Neeky Noodles and Annie. There's Annie. There's Neeky Noo. Oh, he's waking up a little bit now. Right, young man, are you ready for your second trip onto the walker today? Yeah? He was quite uncomfortable on the walker this morning, but it is something that we need to work through a little bit. So I don't want to increase his pain meds too much because he needs to be able to feel a little bit of discomfort there, because otherwise he's more likely to run around and be silly. So with all the yawning and the licking and chewing now, we've obviously released little bits of tension. So we've just done 5 minutes in here of basic groundwork, and now he's going to do another 10 minutes on the walker before going to bed for the night. Nero, somebody's blocking the way onto the walker. Surprise, surprise, it's Hida. Supervising Nika and Annie are on there. Hida, you're going to have to move out the way so that Nero can get on. Hida's moved out the way and now gone straight over to Hoitzer to tell him to not look at his girls. Hida, darling, let's not. Hida, leave Hoitzer alone. You two, I bet you love each other really, don't you? That's Hida just standing in the way of Hoitzer, looking at the girls. There's Annie, Nero. Definitely brighter than he was this morning, but he had only just got out of bed, so he will have been quite stiff. There's the Neeky Noodles. Annie is much quieter than she was yesterday. And he's being very patient again to come off. A lot more relaxed than yesterday. You can come out the step slowly. Good boy. You see, I shook the rope at him And he just stopped. He's a very good boy. Never chat to jubbers. Come on, beautiful.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears. Thank you for the moments that we hold dear. Thank you for the love, thank you for the light.